Better hurry, spark it up with no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuriy. Hyphy, get lit just like me. Big bossed up, chop it up with Rylee. You better come with it to kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot. You are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
Yo.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back.
Now we have a smooth intro, I think.
Yes.
Right? That was smooth.
We tried it last time.
Yeah, I know, but last time it was my first time doing it. Now
Yeah.
we have a little bit smoother. And also, I think I have the outro figured out as well. So
Fine.
be excited for the outro, guys.
Get me excited.
I usually like have the chat up right here just so I can like slightly look to the right and make sure, everything's good and dandy. But that's the other thing. I got to make sure I at least have a small chat up so I can at least look and make sure. But for now, I'm just going to have it on my phone. But either way.
Welcome back, guys. Happy
Yes.
Sunday. Hope you guys are having a great weekend.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining us once again for another episode of 10 Talks, episode 115. Oh wait, hold on. We never even took the song
The water
drinks.
drinks.
The song drinks.
Yeah.
So here we go. We're taking the song drinks where the man sings, "Take a drink." All right, yo, shout out to everyone. We appreciate you guys so
Cheers.
much.
Happy Sunday.
Let's go.
Oh.
Off rip. I have some bad news for you guys.
That was horrible.
My headphones broke. I just realized that my left headphone wasn't working. And then
It
I
was
look over,
cracked.
I look over here and it's cracked in half. But you know what else I see is right next to it is a bite mark. So here's the issue that we keep running into, guys. Is like, I love the pets. I love them with all my heart, right? But like, dude, some of the the cords that we use for these microphones, I know a lot of people don't know about this shit, but these things are called XLR cables, right? Very nerdy talk right here. And there's like tiers to XLR cables. If you go on Amazon right now, type in 50 foot or 25 foot, because these are 25 foot XLR cables. If you type in 25 foot XLR cable, it's going to be about $25, right? These right here are Mogami XLR cables. They're the most,
Not the Mogamis.
they're the most quality XLR cables. So 25 foot versions of these are like $120, bro. So both these cables combined are like, just the cables are like almost $300. The cats have chewed them apart. Luckily, they still work. And when I found out they chewed them apart, ask Rylee. I was freaking
Done.
the fuck out. I was so pissed.
About to throw them on the streets.
And that's not the only thing. It's like there's so many things in this room that are just chewed apart. And besides the electronics, as for the furniture wise, our whole couch downstairs.
Oh, it's destroyed.
Is like unusable at this point.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. It's like we look like crackheads. It's like our
No, okay, we don't look like crackheads. We look like we have cats, and they're just fucking horrible.
But it's like, I'm like, dude, at least, this is where Rylee has a point. At least Beans, like every morning, he comes up to my face and he licks me, you know what I mean, the face. He's like, good morning, good morning.
Pause.
Pause. But anyways, like Beans, he's excited to see me every morning. Every time I leave and Rylee, brings, meets me with Beans, he's excited to see me. Like, he's excited to see you.
Mm-hmm.
He listens to us. If I tell him, go to the hallway, he goes to the hallway. He can speak English or understand English.
He's a great
He
pet.
can't speak, but he can listen. He understands English or whatever.
He's smart.
He's pretty smart, right? The cats, bro, they do not listen at all. They don't.
Cats do their own
They
thing.
don't really cuddle. They destroy the whole house. They've chewed all the cables apart. My headset doesn't work anymore because I could see it's been chewed on right here. I'm like, bro, at what point, like, would we be like, would someone? Like, I feel like I would easily get shamed if I made a YouTube video saying, "Hey guys, got rid of the cats. I took them to the nearest shelter." I was over
You're
it.
worried about the perception of others instead of like how you feel on your own.
No, I'm
like,
joking.
I would never want to give the cats away because I love them to death and they're my fucking babies. I'm not caring if fucking they're gonna be.
I'm joking.
Billy Bob in Virginia says, "Oh, Rylee is a horrible owner because she can't take care of her cats. She gave her cats away." But for me, like, I'm obviously never gonna give them up. Like, I'm gonna deal with the fucking shit in hopes that they just kind of grow out of that kind of stuff.
Well, you can, dude. You can ask my mom. I've dealt with fucked up pets for a while. I
feel like my mic is super loud.
I would never. Well, you could just put it a little bit further from your
Sorry.
face. I would never do that. I'm just saying.
I know you would never.
That's what would happen. I would never.
But don't just judge all your choices off of what people are gonna say.
Do I ever? No, I don't. I never. I judge my choices off what I want to do.
No, but you do consider it. I think we all consider like.
Oh my god, no! This is you projecting your shit on me. I don't.
You just said that.
No,
people
I don't.
Shame you.
That was a joke that I was bringing up, and now you're taking it too seriously, taking it way too literally. Going, this is why this. This is why this.
I'm not taking it too literally.
You did. You took what I said too literally.
Sorry.
When it wasn't like that at all.
My bad. But I read it wrong.
Either way, I don't know, dude. I'm just like
it does get old and annoying because that's what I told my sister. Because she works at a vet clinic, and I was like, sis, like our cat keeps like pissing everywhere. I don't know what to do. I'm cleaning the litter box. I'm constantly changing it. I deep clean it once a week. And she's like, maybe she needs to be an outdoor cat. I'm just like, nah, like I can't. Die, yeah, I was like, I can't do that. She's like, I really don't know.
Yeah. So. I feel like my dream scenario, and this sounds kind of fucked up, but my dream, well, actually not fucked up. Okay, my dream scenario would be the coolest thing is to have like the person who we adopted the cats from is to have a backyard where the lady we got the cats from, she had a backyard and she had this giant like almost like the size of this room, but it was all cage that you could like see through.
It was dope.
And the cage had like an indoor section and an outdoor section, and basically she had a bunch of cats in there that they could be inside and be all cozy, or they could go outside and play in the grass. And I was like, that's cool. That's kind of clutch. You know, it's not the biggest space in the world, but bro, like literally what are the options nowadays? Like, dude, there's so many cats on the street. It's like, okay, be an outdoor cat and just fucking, you know, have diseases and get hit by a car and die, or, you know, get put to death in a shelter, or get the best possible life that a person can provide for you.
Lola literally spends her whole day in a little tiny basket and just sleeps there and chills there all day. She would love a little outdoor area one day. I would hope to. I want to make something like that for them. That'd be so dope. I loved that. It was really cool to see when we were adopting Luffy, to see that outdoor area. Yeah. I've never seen something like that.
That's true. And that's where Lola was too, remember? Because
she came from there.
Same owner, but we didn't know. She probably was in the same place at one point.
That's funny. I didn't even think about that.
But I don't know, dude. It's like at this point, like I'm like, bro, like you just get stuck in this position. And like, bro, it's like like I said last time, my mom was 100% right. She's like, Yuri, like the cats are just going to destroy, because they've gone through their whole lives. We've had pets our whole lives. Like, bro, they just destroy everything. They're extreme inconvenience, and you get little to nothing out of it, right? Kids are an extreme inconvenience. They destroy your whole house. They shit their pants. They do all this dumb stuff. But guess what? They're your children and you love them. These are pets. And people do the old fucking, my pets are my family, blah, blah, whatever. It's like, okay, I get it. But also, if you know, it's like,
no, I do think there's a difference between a baby and an animal. But I do think that some people just have like a natural attachment to animals, and they just see animals in a different light, and they have a connection with them. Like me, like I really just have always, since I was a little girl, have loved animals. Any animal I've seen, loved them, wanted one, except for fucking rats. You guys know me. Rats and possum.
I love animals.
Not down for.
But also I'm like always like thinking of more the big picture, more logically, more, you know what I mean, like realistically, like, you know, I would love to own I would love to own a chimpanzee.
Oh, fuck no. I'm not going that far. I'm talking cats and dogs, babe. I'm not doing I'm not doing exotic animals. But I don't even think I could do a horse, even though they are gorgeous creatures.
No, hell no. I could not do a horse.
I can't. Like,
they require
I can only do.
They require hella work. And it's like, I'm sure, like, out of all those, like, you know, I'm sure, like, out of all those cowgirls people see nowadays, those cowgirls ain't cleaning those hooves. Those cowgirls ain't changing the horseshoe. You know what I mean?
Some girls do.
I'm sure some of them do, but they're not the ones taking Instagram photos. You know what I mean? Like, we're like, my pony. It's like, those are the girls probably having.
Who are you like?
Oh
what?
My god! Really? We all know this exists. You don't have to I don't have to have it in my discovery.
I'm not very keen to the cowgirl scene.
Okay, babe. Well. Let me just shock your mind here. Women take modeling photos in front of like, horses and shit.
Oh wow, I never even knew that.
God damn it,
I've never seen that.
Yes, you have.
I've seen like cars.
100%.
I don't think I've seen like a bikini like hot girl with a horse.
Okay.
Maybe like on a romance
That's an
novel.
Extreme level. I shouldn't use that example.
I've seen like that with like cars and like motorcycles.
I'm talking about like the like horse girls on Instagram.
I don't know. I don't know horse culture.
All right, never mind, dude. Either way, one thing I wanted to quickly talk about. One thing. Oh, actually, we'll get to it later. One thing I really want to talk about really quick. It's not be a long thing, but the Rust giveaway, guys. It was like in the beginning of the week. I did the Rust giveaway stream, and this is just a little update to mostly to the 3 people. I should just DM them, but I did a stream where I was giving away the game Rust for free, and I give away 3 copies of it. I'm going to do another stream in the future where I give away more copies of this game, but it's $40 each. I had to I gotta like spread them out how much I give away these games and shit. But give away 3 copies of Rust, and I'm gonna. I already chose the winners during the stream, but I have not had the chance to give it away to them because I did the 24-hour stream, reconnected, all this other shit. But either later tonight or tomorrow, I'm for sure gonna gift them the Rust shit. I did not forget. I have you guys' information, screenshotted and all that stuff. But that is the other thing I wanted to talk about. Is I finally did the 24-hour skate stream.
Let's go.
Thanks,
Good
babe.
job, babe. You really did that, and from what I could tell or from what I observed, I feel like it was definitely 100% harder than the 24-hour workout streams you have done.
Hell yes.
I feel like skateboarding, y'all, like that shit, you're really putting your whole body, like just imagine just jumping on a trampoline over and over. Like I feel like for me, like I could only go for like a couple of minutes on a trampoline.
Yeah, but not just
and like
trampoline.
That hurts. No, I'm saying like that's what you're doing pretty much the whole time. Like you're giving your whole body, like you're throwing your whole body.
But it's not
just
that. Have you ever been on one of those boards where you put like a cylinder and a board on top, and like those people that stand? You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Not really.
Where you
like
have
a
you just have
balance
like
machine. Kinda?
Yeah, it's like a balance board where you have like a board and like a cylinder where you put the board on top, and you have to stand on it and like keep your balance. And when you're doing that, the whole time it's just like core strength. You know what I mean?
It's hella core strength.
You're just like trying to move your stomach around, trying to like balance yourself.
That's what I'm saying. It's a full body.
It's like that. Yeah,
thing.
It's like full body shit, but it's not just like a trampoline. Where
I'm not saying it's exactly like a trampoline. Riding a skateboard's like a trampoline. I'm just saying that. As an example, if you're not a skateboarder like me and you have jumped on a trampoline or on a bouncy castle or something, you're jumping for like 3 minutes, you're getting tired as fuck. Like,
no, fact.
And like when you're skateboarding, you're doing your trick, you're throwing your whole body, you're doing like a jump, you're doing some kind of fucking move where you're like you're having to hold all your strength.
Yeah,
and it's like that takes hella energy out of you. So dude, that's what I'm trying to say.
And this is why I'm so against gyms and gym culture. Because listen, let me land right here. Because any sport that you look at, cheerleading, skateboarding, football, basketball, blah blah, all that stuff, right? Yes, they focus on particular things, such as like skateboarders. You'll notice that the calves and the thighs and the legs might be a more of a focus, but it's still a full body thing, right? At the end of a skate session, your whole body is worked out. It's like an even exercise. Your arms are flailing around. You keep moving your arms up and down. All this shit. You know what I mean? Like your neck is getting every part of your body, every little muscle in your body is getting a full even exercise. But when you're going to the gym, sitting in a chair, grabbing a thing, going like this.
It's not all you do, babe.
I'm like, bro, like
that's not what I do at the gym at all.
I know that's not what you do, but I'm just saying for guys. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing where you go and you work out specific muscles. Like I get it because you want those specific muscles to get better, but that's where I'm like, bro, that's where people look hella fucking weird, where their whole top body is all ripped, but they have the tiniest little chicken legs, and like you look like you just fucking kick the legs and they break type shit. But or it could be the other way around. I don't know. Like that's why like I'm more of a pro. Like I support people who will just pick up a sport rather than go to the gym. If your thing is to want to be healthy or whatever it is, pick up a hobby. Go to the YMCA, pick up basketball games. You know what I mean? Go to.
Some people are not athletic at all. Like
you don't have to be athletic.
Yeah, you kind of do, like, to play those games. Like, Some people don't want to play sports. I never wanted to fucking play sports. And, like, I'd rather go to the gym. You could do everything. You could work out your whole fucking body at the gym.
The gym is so, like, isolating, though, where, yes, you are there with other people, but no one's talking
to
one
I
another.
like that. I like to be in my own zone. I don't like to talk to other people.
But guess what's good for humans as like a person, like, you know, as... Ever since the existence of humans, it's been a good thing to have, like, you know, friends and, like, a community of people that you talk with and all that
it's
stuff.
also good to be by yourself sometimes too. I've been on teams and I loved my teams.
Riley's super pro gym and I'm super anti gym. But, like, I'm not anti-gym because I'm lazy. I'm anti-gym because I'm like...
Okay, and that's your preference, but you can't just say that gyms are, like, not good for, like, your, like, health.
I didn't say that.
This is why I say, like, the gym is stupid because you could just go on a skateboard, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, dude, obviously, you could do any sport and do that. But it's like, some people don't want to be on a sport or don't want to do a sport.
Yeah, but that's where you can find an individualistic sport,
like
skateboarding.
A fucking weight training and weightlifting is a sport. Like, they fucking...
Yeah.
It could be considered a sport.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
So,
I don't know. But also, it just... That whole thing, like, just... Gym culture, just lame to me, bro. Sitting there...
You don't think athletes go to the gym? I guarantee
I know,
a bunch of skateboarders go to the gym.
I know NBA players and a bunch of NFL players and everyone, they go to the gym to, like, work out particular parts. But all I'm saying...
And I'm sure some professional skateboarders, too.
I value the, you know...
We know
the overall natural workout that happens with just life, you know, I'm a fucking I'm a what's it called, like, I'm a lumberjack. So guess what, lumberjacks are just ripped because they're fucking
we got it. Can you guys tell he's a Taurus? Can you guys tell he's a Taurus? My ladies in here who like your zodiac shit.
Either way, guys, as for the 24-hour stream,
he's the best debater. You should have been a lawyer.
Really? I gotta give a huge shout out to Rylee, number one, for helping me with all my streams.
You gotta shout out your homies.
I'm gonna get to that
me.
point. I have it all written down here. I'm gonna get to that point, but I want to give you your flowers because Rylee helped me. You know, with every stream she helps me with, she helped me a lot with this one. Number one is I was up until 4:20, 4:30 in the... I literally... once I saw it was 4:20, I was like, I gotta go to sleep. But I was up until 4:20 for sure, working on the stream, like getting the backpack ready, getting the laptop ready. I reset the laptop. I just did so much shit trying to get the stream ready for the 24-hour stream, basically, getting all my things ready so we could wake up and just grab my backpacks and go. And I was up until 4:20 doing that shit. We woke up at 9 in the morning to go head over there, and we were sluggish in bed. We got out of bed by like 9:20 or some shit like that. But
I was up.
But basically, yeah.
Yuri was not.
But we woke up at 9, even though I went to sleep at 4:20. We immediately just drove to fucking to the Bobby Astro studio. Shout to Pink Box Studio. I'll get to that. But we drove there. Rylee dropped me off like around 10 in the morning. She went straight to fucking... I don't know where to go buy
Best Buy
to buy a 150-foot cord. They didn't have it, so she went somewhere else.
No, they did.
Oh, okay. But it's just what you went. It was kind of far. That's the whole thing. Okay, so basically, Rylee had to go on a whole mission in the morning to get breakfast and all this shit.
Yuri's like, oh, I might need to get this cord. Blah blah blah. It's like a couple miles away. So I was like, all right, I'm on my way. And I like looked. I was like, it's 18 minutes away. I was like, that's not that bad. Whatever. For LA, that's fine. And then I'm halfway there. Yuriy calls me. The cord's like, there's another cord at this place, like a half a mile away. If you want that. I was like, bro, like I'm literally halfway to my desk. I've been on the road for like 8 minutes.
Because I was talking to Bobby Astro and his uncle, I believe, and his uncle was like, he was asking me what's going on. And shout to them, bro. They were being very fucking helpful. He was there like, what do you need? What's going on here? Blah, blah. And I was like, I just need this fucking 100-foot cable. But I was like, Riley's on her way to get it. It's fine. He's like, oh, she should go to Staples. It's 5 minutes away. And I was like, oh yeah, let me call her. And then that's where you were like, I'm already fine.
I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah, but yeah, huge shout out to Rylee.
But I was blessed by the stream gods because once I got there and I was looking for the cables.
Oh yes.
I saw one that had an open box special. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, the 150. I was like, I don't know if Yuri just wants the 100. Yuri's very specific, so I was like, I'm gonna call him really quick. And he's like, just get the 150. I was like, perfect. And I was checking out, and it was like hella cheap. And the guy was like, this is a really good deal.
Dude, actually, before we continue on with this is a really good point where, guys, I'm not sure if no one talks about this, bro, but this is the thing that happened. I'm not sure if it's not a big deal, but it's a thing I feel like is like a something people should notice. Where back in the day, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe even longer, right? Amazon was clutch, bro. Amazon, you go to Best Buy and you look for a 10-foot HDMI cable. I'm not joking, you guys. A 10-foot HDMI cable at Best Buy was like $40, $40 to $50 a couple years ago. You go on Amazon, you find the exact same cable for about $8. Sometimes even like $3 or $4. You find the exact same cable. You're like, what the fuck? Why am I spending so much extra money? I'm going straight to Amazon, right? And not only that, Ethernet cables, bro. If you went to Best Buy and got that same cable that Rylee got, that would have been $100+ easily. On Amazon, it would have been like around $20, $30. Nowadays, Amazon prices have gone up. If you go on Amazon, they don't have the clutch prices they used to. HDMI cables are more expensive. Ethernet cables are more expensive. But I also noticed that Best Buy's are cheaper now. Like, they've equaled out their prices. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, I guess it's fair, because like at one point it was a little bit too clutch. You know what I mean? Like on Amazon it was like hella cheap. I was not complaining, but now it's like they both have their same prices. Now you're just like, I might as well just go to Best Buy to get it
might as
faster.
well go to the store. Yeah, exactly.
I noticed that, but let me know if you guys noticed that too, because I think I saw a couple articles about how Amazon used to have super cheap prices, and then now Amazon noticed that, like, hey, everyone would rather just order from us than even go to Best Buy. Even if Best Buy and we have the same products, they would rather order from us because it goes straight to their front door, right? So Amazon's like, let's start increasing their prices. People are already going to us. Let's start making more profit. And then now things are the way they are. But other than Rylee, I want to give a huge shout to pinkbox.studio on Instagram. If you guys can, go show some love to them. You know, drop a follow, like, comment to pinkbox.studio. That's the studio that Bobby Astro, I believe, his uncle, and like whoever else he works with, they own. And it's a studio where if you guys are in the LA area and you need a studio to either do music videos, and bro, like they have I was only using a section of their studio. It's a huge studio with a lot of props. They have a lot of different props that he hid. He knew that we were doing the skateboarding stream, so he hid all of his props. He has a lot of cool ass props that he put away in the background that you guys did not get to see, but he has a lot of shit there that you can use for music videos, photo shoots, all that stuff. So if you guys are in the LA area, need a place to do, you know, like I said, music videos, photo shoot, tap into pinkbox.studio, or even parties. Apparently they're doing a fucking rave today, actually. They're doing a rave today at night, or it might have been yesterday or some shit. But they do all types of different stuff. Tap in with them if you guys, you know, need any of that stuff in LA. Huge shout out to Bobby Astro. If it was not for him in that studio, I would not be able to do the 24-hour stream, because I needed an indoor area where I could do this 24-hour skate stream, and I cannot afford warehouse prices, guys. It's incredibly expensive. It's like literally like $3,000 to $5,000 to rent a warehouse for one day in LA. It's not cheap, so they gave me a crazy huge discount, and I really appreciate them for that. And they helped me. Like I said, not only do they allow me to use their studio, and they gave me this huge discount, but they were helping me the whole time. They're like, what do you need? You need some extension cables, you know, do you need these cables, like blah blah, whatever. They're being very helpful, so shout out to them. That stream would not be possible without them. And then also, I know I said this so many times, but I gotta say it, bro, this is 10 Talks. Huge shout out to Trevor Colden, Nick Tucker, Keelan Dadd, Skater Steve, Bryan Arnett, Vell, and I'm super bad with names, guys. I'm sorry. And then the two other dudes that came through with Nick Tucker and Skater Steve as well. Thank you to every single person who stopped by the studio during the 24-hour skate stream, because it definitely helps keep the vibes up, keep the energy up. You know, once everyone left and I was by myself, that's when I was really falling asleep. But everyone really did help a lot. Dude, Nick Tucker, I hit him up. I didn't get confirmation that I could use the studio until the day before, but I immediately hit up Trevor, Nick Tucker, Brian, Garrett, Vell, Paulo. I hit up everyone, and it was like super last minute. But Nick Tucker was like, hey, what time are you starting the stream? I was like, noon. He's like, all right, I'll be there at noon. And I was like, damn, like, okay, he's going to be here early. And because I was, like, starting the stream, I was super busy, and I couldn't text him immediately. He ended up coming through, like, I don't know, like, at 12:31, a little bit later, but, like, a little bit later after we started the stream. But he came through very quickly, and he brought a flat bar, because he was like, bro, like, I saw you had nothing to skate here, so I brought a flat. It was Skater Steve, actually. It was Skater Steve's idea. Skater Steve and Nick Tucker brought a whole-ass flat bar so I could skate the flat bar on the stream. And then, Nick Tucker's like, I also got weed on the way too. He's like, I know you need weed or whatever. So Nick Tucker really fucking like came through and like helped out a bunch with the stream. And not only that, but bro, he stayed there. Him, Skater Steve, and the two other homies, they all stayed there till like, and also Keelan Dadd, they all stayed there till like fucking midnight, bro, like to like 11, 12, and then everyone dipped. And the whole time I was kind of like, I had this guilty feeling of like, I feel so bad that they're hanging out here for so long. You know, it's like, it's not like we got some bumping music.
They wanted to.
I know, exactly. I really appreciate them for that, but it's not like we got like bumping music and the whole party is going on in there. It's like literally just me and a camera and a speaker and me skating flat going back and forth. So I appreciate the fact that they came to hang out. And
it's fun for other people who don't do it all the time, you know.
Yeah, like
so
with the streaming stuff.
Yeah, especially like the 24-hour stream. Like they want to be a part of it. It's cool,
and I appreciate them so much for that. And not only that, but Trevor Colden, that was the first time I've been talking to him on Instagram for a while now, but that was the first time I actually got to meet him in person, and I really appreciate the fact that he came through. As soon as he pulled into the garage, there's like, guys, as soon as you pull into the garage, there's this like tiny little curb that like you could easily drive over with any car, but it's like a drop after it and you can't see it at all. And he like pulled in and drove right over it and just went and just like crunched on top of this curb.
I was on the camera and I was like, oh, like watching it all go down. I was like, oh my God, so much is happening.
And he has a nice car too. And I saw that, I was like, no. I was like, fuck, I hope the oil pan doesn't burst or whatever. And he ended up pulling off of it. It's all fine. But I felt super bad that he's coming over here to do me a favor, basically. First time we were meeting, and he fucking fucks up his car accidentally. But he ended up coming through, bro. It was super cool to see him skate in person. He fucking destroyed that warehouse that I was skating all over, everything we had there. And then not only that, he was like, at one point, he was like, yo, if you want, we can go to the Berrics. He's like, the Berrics is like 10 minutes away. And for anyone that knows anything about skateboarding, the Berrics is just a huge skateboarding company, been a part of skateboarding culture for a long time now. They have this huge warehouse / indoor skate park that a lot of skateboarders would die to go skate there, you know, including me. And I've never had the opportunity to go skate there like this, other than this moment where he's like, yo, let's go over there. And then we ended up going over there, and bro, that shit was crazy where no one was there. I was I've been there one other time, and when I was there, it was like a party. It was like so many people were there. I tried to skate. It was not enough space. I was like, all right, whatever. I was over it. But this time we went, and it was empty. There was absolutely no one there. I was like, what the fuck? This is trippy. And then he's like, yeah, just go for it. Like, we could just skate. I was like, dude, it was like,
this is amazing.
I know. I was like, bro, I feel like I'm dying and went to heaven. I brought Beans with me. Beans felt like he died and went to heaven,
too. He
too.
really went to heaven once he got there.
I was showing Rylee the videos of Beans running around the skate park, and he loved it. It was just so cool. Because there was no one there. He loves
open fields, like open anything. He just loves to run. Like, he loves fetching shit. Like, he just loves running around and, like, going in circles, and that was like literally the cutest thing. He just kept following Yuriy on a skateboard everywhere he went.
He never follows me like that. He was really like on my ass the whole time.
Because he's like, I don't know anybody else.
That's true. He probably was like worried, like different area. He's probably like, I don't want to be left behind with these strange men.
He's like, who is this?
I know, but yeah, that was super adorable. It was super fun.
Also, you had to play firefighter.
Oh, I was going to get to that. That was way later.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to get to that, but I was just going to talk about the Berrics a little bit.
Yeah, talk about it.
We got to film. I don't know. It was super fun. Like, a super legendary moment to skate there. Felipe Gustavo. Oh, bro, I didn't even get to this. Felipe Gustavo, if anyone that knows about skateboarding knows about him. Super legendary, really good Brazilian skateboarder. He came by to just skate and practice before he was flying out the next day to go to Chicago for Street League skateboarding that's going on right now in Chicago. And, bro, he came and he was there for like an hour, did this crazy ass run around the whole park, which started off with a tray flip nose grind, like super crazy difficult shit, did it and just like dipped out. It was like crazy to watch. But as soon as he came through, put his backpack down, his cell phone, all of his stuff, and then he like took this, it's like this vibrating machine that a lot of skateboarders use for their calves and their muscles. I don't know what you call it, but
it's
like
massaging.
It's like a massager. There you go. It's like, and I don't know why they use it, but he was like using that shit. And then he starts to go skate, and then I was playing skate with Skater Steve, and I was trying to do like a heel flip, and I landed the heel flip, and I was like, whoa, and I kept like slipping out, and I slipped down one stair trying to catch myself, and then I slipped down the second stair, and like both my feet just like landed right on his backpack, and I slipped out because his backpack slip right, and then the rest of my body just went like brah. And just on the rest of his stuff. And it was just like my first time meeting Felipe Gustavo, and I like just fucking fell on top of all of his shit. And then he was like, yo, what the fuck, dude? Like, you know, you're like, I don't know, I would react the same way. I'd be like, what the hell, dude? And then he's like, oh, it's good. But you could tell he was kind of bummed.
Oh my God, it's an accident.
I know it was an accident. I would have been kind of bummed too. He was like, yo, come on, dude.
Bummed? You guys are fucking skateboarding. What do you expect?
But, bro, you saw where everyone was sitting. Everyone had their stuff there.
Yeah,
I just came out of nowhere, just went blah. I don't know. It was kind of random. But either way, that's really
what
interesting.
Happens.
And then also while we were at the Berrics, Keelan Dadd ended up coming through, and he actually ended up coming to through the warehouse, and he kicked it for a long ass time as well. And that was my first time meeting Keelan Dadd, bro. That guy's is very legendary. Keelan Dadd has like been in the skateboarding world for a long ass time. I've seen a lot of his shit, and like I said on stream, it's like, bro, I would have never thought a long time ago that I'd be meeting up with all these people, skating with them on my stream. It's like so it's like weird,
Yeah.
It's like shit they could have never ever expected, but now it's happening. You're like, whoa, this is weird,
It was really cool.
And then yeah, we skated the Berrics. We went back to the warehouse, and I kind of spent, that was like part one in this skate stream, and I spent the whole first part actually skating a lot. And once I got to the Berrics, I was like, bro, this is my one chance to be here, so I wanted to film and do all this stuff. I tried a bunch of shit, and I feel like I like super overexerted myself. And then once we got back to the warehouse, like, people were donating for tricks for me to do. And at a certain point, I was like getting hella tired. And I saw some people were saying like, yo, what the fuck? I thought this was a 24-hour skate stream. Why are you sitting there? And it's like, bro, I can't, for 24 hours straight, I can't just be popping tricks back.
Yeah.
That's impossible. That's crazy. That's why I included the incentive of, $1 ollie, $2 blah, blah, whatever, like to $10, because it's like, that's how you can force me to skate within the 24 hours. But I can't really be skating the whole time.
Yeah, it's not like when you did the workout stream, you were like doing push-ups the entire
for no reason.
24 hours.
That's impossible. That's literally fucking impossible. But yes, but also yes, like Rylee was saying, Nick Tucker, Keelan Dadd, Skater Steve, everyone, they kicked it for a long ass time. And way later in the night, I didn't expect them to, but Bryan Arnett ended up coming through like at 1:30 in the morning, and I did not expect them to, because he was like, I'm editing, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm just thinking, like, in my shoes, if I was at home editing at 1:30 in the morning, like, for me to drive all the way to downtown LA just to go skate, I'd be like, oh, man, I'm kind of tired, dude. My bad. But, like, I appreciate the fact that Bryan Arnett took the time to drive. It was like a 20-minute drive.
He's young.
I know, exactly. He's young. He drove all the way to me to downtown LA. And then when he got there, he's like, yo, I'm only going to be here for, like, an hour or two. Like, I got to go back. And I was like, all right, for sure, no problem. I was like, I appreciate the fact that you're even here. He was with me till, like, 5 in the morning, dude. Till, like, 5:30 in the morning we were skating. But at one point, dude, we were, like, Bryan and Arnett were both, like, skating. And there's this door that we kept open to the outside, so for fresh air. And I see this, like, there's like this fence for the outside as well, because we're like gated in. And I see this glow, like this weird glow, like flickering glow. And my first thought was like, someone's barbecuing. Someone brought out a barbecue
at 3 in the morning.
I was thinking taco truck, or like maybe. Because there was a lot of homeless people in the area. I was like, maybe one of the homeless people was making like a makeshift barbecue or something like that. I was like, okay, whatever. And that's why I didn't really get freaked out at first. And I was telling Brian, I was like, I think there's a fire outside. And then we went outside to go check it out. And there actually someone, like, I don't think it was there when we first got there, but someone put a bunch of boxes around the fucking telephone pole and like lit the boxes on fire. And all the boxes were on fire, and the bottom of the telephone pole was starting to set on fire too. And we were like, what the fuck? What do we do?
That was so scary. It was huge.
Yeah, it was at first when all the boxes were on fire, like, I didn't realize what was going on. All I saw was a huge fire. I was like, yo, this is about to, like, this whole thing's going to go on fire. This building's, I was, like, freaking out. I was like, I don't know what the fuck. My stream's coming. I was like, I don't know what the hell what was going to happen. So I ran back inside with Bryan Arnett. And then shout out to the chat. We didn't notice this, but the chat was like, there's a fucking fire extinguisher on the wall, you idiot. Like, just look around, turn around.
Oh my God.
And I turned around and I saw a fire extinguisher right there. I was like, oh, there is a fire extinguisher. Okay. And then I grabbed it and I put the fire out.
Yeah, you did.
Thanks.
Good job.
But here's the regret I have, though, is before I grabbed the fire extinguisher and the chat told me, I called 911 and I was like, there's a fire here. Like, please come immediately. Like, I don't know what to do.
What I would give for that recording.
Well, Brian has it on the vlog. He filmed me. And then like I called him like, okay, we're on our way. And then when I came back inside, the chat's like, fire extinguisher on the wall. I'm thinking like, bro, am I gonna wait for the fire department to come, or am I gonna take care of this problem that I don't know if it's gonna cause a bigger issue before the fire department even comes? You know what I mean? Like, what if it becomes even worse?
Yeah.
And some shit like you know, I don't know, like I was like I might as well try to help at least a little bit. So I grabbed the fire extinguisher, put it out, and by the time they came, it was already out basically. I don't know. Well, but also I don't know, like fire department dudes are really intelligent when it comes to fires, and one of them could have looked at it and been like, you need to add more water because this could have re-sparked in a couple hours or some shit. You know, like they know that type of shit. So it's a good thing I called them regardless. Either way, exactly. I saved Los Angeles.
That was crazy.
From a giant fire. And you guys, anyone who lives in LA, you guys could thank me in a letter.
My God.
Our P.O. box is open. I'm gonna grab the bottle.
Okay.
To pour a shot ski.
Guys, I just wanted to say also thank you so much for everybody who has subscribed to my channel and pulled up today before the show and joined me to do my makeup. No, I got my coconut water. Thank you. It means a lot. It's crazy to see. So like to me, like that's a lot of people. Like I had like 200 people today, and it's crazy to me to see that many people in my chat and like actually caring to talk and you know be there. So I appreciate everybody who pulled up and who has been showing love.
Did you think of a name yet?
No.
Shout out to the Rylee gang, to the unnamed gang for now.
The unnamed gang. But I appreciate y'all.
It's kind of trippy. I kind of see what Riley's been going through, where today in the morning, I didn't even talk about that, but today in the morning I went to Garrett Jenner's house to go drop off my phone, my Android phone, so we could use it for TTS. And then when I came back, I was expecting Rylee. I knew Rylee wanted to go on stream, but I didn't think he were on stream. And then when I came back home, I was just like hella tired, sweaty, just walking up the stairs. And like honestly, like I could have seen myself just like walking and taking my shirt off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like or like walking and scratching my balls like with my nuts out or something like that. But then as I came in,
nuts out.
as I came in on my phone, I look up. I was like, oh, Riley's live. I was like, hey. I was like, and then I was like, oh shit, it's kind of weird to come home, expect it to be chilled, and
exactly.
There's a live stream going. I was like, okay. Back to this.
Sometimes, huh?
But yeah, I went to Garrett. Shout out to Garrett Jenner. I went to his house earlier today because he wanted to have TTS working, and he doesn't have another phone. So I was like, he doesn't have an Android. So I was like, you gotta have an Android to do this. So I went to stop by and let him use my phone for now because I'm not gonna do any iReal streams today. But after I left my phone for him, the app that I use, it has like different tabs, and I swear. Maybe it's because we don't stream at the same time, but I have like a Rylee tab and a Yuriy tab. When I'm streaming, I use the Yuriy tab, and my TTS shit comes in through there. When Riley's streaming downstairs, whatever it is, like I have her use the Rylee tab so she can hear her stuff. And when I gave Garrett the phone, I made him his own tab, like the Garrett tab, and I gave it to him under the Garrett tab. And then he was live. I want to show you guys this clip on Instagram or some shit, or maybe like when we do the after show. But Rylee was streaming when I got home, and people are donating to Rylee saying random shit. There's a dude called like baddies on my balls donating a bunch of random shit, and those donations notifications are going to Garrett too while he was live at home doing a skateboarding stream. And I thought that was so fucking funny. I was rewatching the stream where he was like getting the notifications. He was like, what the fuck? He's like, baddies on balls. Like, what's going on here? He's like, is someone fucking with me? He was like really freaked out. He's like, and at a certain point later on, he's like, I think Yuri's fucking with me. He's like, what's going on? He's like, I'm gonna call Yuriy. And then that's when I realized, I was like, oh,
baddies on my balls.
I was like, Garrett's getting all of Riley's notifications.
He's probably like, what kind of donos is this girl getting? What the fuck?
I know. And then I told him, I was like, oh, sorry, my girlfriend's streaming.
He's like, oh, makes sense.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah,
that makes sense.
All these cock donos. Now I get it. Either way,
that's hilarious.
Cheers to everyone who joins Riley's streams
and everybody who joins Ten Talks and Yuri streams. Cheers.
And also, before we move on from the 24-hour skate stream subject, shout out to Vell as well. Because Vell, guys, I've had, a lot of friends in my life where, I've had like content ideas, right? Just hit up all types of different one of my friends, like, from back in the day of my skateboarding friends or new friends I've made later on in life. And I'm always just like, hey, would you like to do this? Blah, blah. And there's two people I noticed in my life where I can hit them up anytime about any random shit. And there's a 99% chance they will say yes instantly. Mm-hmm. And it's number one, Vell. and the other is AD. And like huge shout out to AD. AD is always fucking down to help me with anything basically that like, you know, like I can tell him like, hey man, I'm thinking about balancing 4 oranges on my nose for 30 seconds on stream tomorrow. Like, you down to come through? He'd be like, yeah, I'm coming. Like, he doesn't even care. You know what I mean? He's just like, okay, like I'm down to join your stream, like, or just like help with whatever you're down to do. So I appreciate the fuck out of AD, but also Vell, bro.
Vell
like,
really does.
Anytime I hit a Vell, like, there's guys, a lot of the time, like, dude, I'm not sure how many of the streams, the IRL streams, but there's been a good amount of the IRL streams I've done with Vell, where literally Vell's like, I'm at Mountain High right now, which is an hour and a half away. Anytime I've gone, and Mountain High is a snowboarding park, guys. Anytime I've gone to Mountain High, it's such a long drive there, and it's such a long drive back, and also you get so tired from snowboarding that by the time you get back, you're like, I just want to go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fucking do anything.
You just want to lay down, you know, bro. Every time I've hit a Vell, and I'm like, yo, are you down to do this? Are you down to help me with this? He's like, I'm at Mountain High right now, but I'll be there in 2 hours. I'm like.
We're like, okay.
I'm like, dude, like, and I always tell him this. I'm like, bro, I don't even understand how you're here right now. Like, I'd be exhausted, dude. Like, it's crazy. So, huge shout out to Vell.
He did the 17th door with us. He did. We took Vell on his first time snowboarding. It was me, Yuri, and Vell.
Oh yeah, well, it was us 3.
Yeah, we went snowboarding,
which was hella fun.
It was hella fun.
I'm telling you, bro.
Like,
Vell,
no, he really is always down.
He's always yeah, bro. It's just like, it's I don't know. I just have to be careful with hitting a Vell with my ideas, because it has to be really worth it, because I know he's down no matter what.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hit him up on some bullshit, because I don't want him to come through for some, you know, waste all his time for some random idea.
Right. But no, gotta love him and Brett.
The reason I say that is he came for the 24-hour skate stream too, at hella late, like at fucking midnight or like 1 a.m. Came for like an hour or two, hung out, and then left. I was like, bro, like, I appreciate the fuck out of you. The fact that you came all the way here. He does not live close to downtown LA. Came all the way there and then went all the way back home just to fucking join the stream for a little bit. So I appreciate the fuck out of him. But yes, shout out to everyone, bro. Trevor Colden, Bobby Astro, Nick Tucker, Keelan Dadd, Skater Steve, Bryan Arnett, Vell, Rylee, everyone. That stream would not be possible without you guys. And then also, I'm not sure.
Definitely would not be possible because I got the cord.
Facts. Well, actually, I didn't notice this.
He had a cord.
No,
motherfucker.
No, it's not that he had a cord, but those modems that I bought for my
live view,
I plugged one of them into my computer, and I was doing the first half of the stream off the modem, and you got that cord right, and I plugged in your cord. And at one point when we wanted to go to the Berrics, I was like, oh, let me just unplug my modem so we can go to the Berrics. I unplugged my modem, and I realized that the internet was only working off the modem, and that's why the stream turned off.
So I'm not important. Sorry, y'all.
No, so I realized the stream could have worked off that one modem the whole time, but
we wouldn't have known.
We wouldn't have been able to switch to the live view without that cord, though.
Okay.
So
see, don't try to downplay me.
I'm not trying to downplay you. No, I'm saying I'm learning shit. Now I understand that, dude. With this modem, now my laptop works everywhere. We can do podcasts on top of Mars or some shit. I don't know.
Good to know.
If there's service there.
Good to know, baby.
But that's about everything I had to like.
Also, crazy thing that happened that morning when we arrived to Bobby Astro Studios, is we saw that MoneySign Suede unfortunately passed away. Literally as soon as we popped up, I saw it on Instagram and I was just like, I didn't even realize it was like RIP post at first because it was from You Ain't Hard Fool. And it like, you know, like on the 2 slides, like it usually will go to the music video first. So it was like playing a music video.
Well, no, what it does is like if you see it before, the next time you see it, it shows you the second song.
Oh, okay. So then I probably had skipped through it. And then I was just actually like really going through. And then I saw the music video play. I was like, this song's fire. And then I swiped to the first part because I was like thinking it's promoting the song. I was like, oh, I want to know what song this is. And then I see the headline. I was just like, what? I was like, no fucking way. And like Yuri was outside of the car, so I was just like, babe, like, did you see this? And he was like, no way. And we were just like tripping, like it was crazy.
R.I.P. Suede, man.
Yeah,
I said it like hella times.
We've been talking about it.
Yeah,
on other streams.
Reconnected on No Jumper News about how I feel like for a long time, you know, there wasn't really like a lot of inspirations or like like there has been a lot of people, you know what I mean, like, but not as for like youth, you know what I mean, not for young people doing, young Hispanic dudes doing it in the hip hop game. We haven't seen a lot. Oh, Jeezy, right? But OGZ, it's like, you know, he doesn't really have that thick accent that like immigrants might have, or you know, or he doesn't really
like real Spanish speakers.
A lot of people think he looks white and stuff like that, even though he is, you know, actually Hispanic, all that stuff. But it's like with people like Suede and, you know, the other dudes around him that popped up at the same time. It's like they were really like an inspiration to a lot of young Hispanic dudes who want to get into the hip hop game, showing that it is possible even though you have an accent. You know what I mean? Like even though you say things this way, it's like you don't have to be embarrassed or like ashamed of, or have a different type of dialect or slur. Right. It's like, not slur, but like dialect. You don't have to have perfect English or like a perfect accent. Exactly. Where I know because I come, obviously, I know you guys don't believe it, but I do come from a Mexican family where I do know people who get embarrassed from their language. No, same. In my family, like my mom, you know, she's cool talking English with you, but like with the new people, like she sticks to certain words that she says well. Right. But she won't like try harder with other words because she's like insecure about her accent, you know what I mean, sometimes. And I noticed it with like other young people in Russia too, where they're insecure about their accent. Right. And then there's also Russian people out there who are like, yes, I got an accent, but they don't give a fuck, you know, and they just like they just keep talking. And like that's the shit that I'm talking about, where it's like you're like, oh yeah, fuck it, who cares? And Suede probably didn't even feel insecure about his accent or whatever, but it is really cool. Like I remember first hearing him and I thought like that's what set him apart. Like damn, like this is different. Like I've never really heard a guy sound like this on a song. Exactly. So yeah, no, it was definitely sad to see that happen. That's he was 23. I thought he was younger, so young. He was 23, yeah. And in such a shitty ass place. But yeah, Suede. It was definitely crazy. But we have been talking about it. I just wanted to throw it out here on our show too. So. Before we get off the 24-hour thing too, I forgot to say this is because we talked about Reconnected, but after we ended the 24-hour stream, I think it was like 12:20 or 12:30 when we ended it. Rylee and I like quickly put everything away, cleaned up the studio because you know I didn't want to leave any trash or anything like that. Cleaned up the studio. Rylee drove us back home. I slept in the car, drove us back home. I came home, quickly took a shower. We probably smoked a spliff, and then I went back to sleep. Slept until 4:30. Rylee woke me up. She's like, we gotta go. I hopped in the car, went back to sleep, slept until we got to Blaze's warehouse, and then woke up and did Reconnected. And I swear, it's like these 24-hour streams where I have to stay awake the whole time. I don't want to do them a lot because it's bad for you. I literally feel the effects on my brain. And did you see the thing with Jamie Foxx recently? Jamie Foxx was recently like admitted to the hospital and said like for medical complications, but it was like a stroke, and it was like I saw like I don't know, they don't know what it's from or whatever it is, but the people were saying like Jamie Foxx is like a hard worker. He works a lot, you know what I mean, like he does a lot of different shit. He's always on flights doing all that stuff, and they were saying that he kind of like they feel like he overworked himself, all that stuff. And I'm not saying I'm overworking myself, but with staying awake for 24 hours the whole time, bro, during the whole Reconnected, it's not easy. Dude, during the whole Reconnect, and also the next day, like I could not stream the next day. Anytime I do a 24-hour stream like that, it's like I really can't stream the next day because I just feel like it's almost like being hungover or something like that. It's like even if I don't drink, it's like my brain feels foggy. I don't feel right, and it literally feels like at any moment I could just be like, I just like pass out or something like that. I feel like hella uneasy and weird, you know, and like. That's why I'm like, bro, I like doing the 24-hour streams to challenge myself, but I would not want to do too many of the no-sleep 24-hour streams because I feel like I don't know what effects it has on my brain, but it's not good, for sure. I 100% agree. I mean, like, you hear it from any health person ever, like, sleep is the most important. Like, they recommend 7 to 8 hours a night, and you don't even believe in that shit, but it's like, yeah, I do. But you're the type that's saying like I want to work hard and I want to stay up, which I agree with. No, but I totally see later. That. Yeah, but like sometimes you'll go to sleep at 5 a.m. and you'll wake up at 11, like. Or the 24-hour stream where I went to sleep at 4:20 and I woke up at 9. Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, you're not really getting a full, like that's how your body recovers, like in your sleep, you know. So I 100% agree. Like I know
that takes a toll on you. Like when you've only done a couple of the streams where you really didn't sleep, and I think that was one, and the Hogwarts one. I don't know what the other ones were. Was it the workout?
Yeah, one of the workout streams I didn't go to sleep.
But yeah, no, you definitely have to incorporate the sleep stream part, because at least for a couple hours, because that's just not good, especially with the skateboarding. You saw how much. And
the thing that was really scaring me about the skateboarding thing, especially later on once I was getting really tired, and huge shout out to J-Rez, bro. This fool, actually, I'm glad I just remembered this. J-Rez donated $400. He had me do 200 kickflips, but I did more than 300 for sure throughout the whole stream, and 150 ollies. And then shout out to Bryan Arnett. J-Rez had donated for another 100 kickflips, and Bryan Arnett's like, I got you, I'll do those 100 kickflips for you. So Bryan Arnett did a whole 100 kickflips for me, and then that was like around like 3-4 in the morning, and at that time I was people were donating for more kickflips, ollies, and like other tricks, and I was thinking like, bro, right now when I'm super super tired is when the rolled ankles come, you know what I mean? Like when the fucking, you know, like when you tweak your knee or whatever it is, like that's when all these weird stupid injuries come, is when you're tired and you're not 100%, because skateboarding is dangerous, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like hella weird and shit like that. You could easily twist an ankle, or like I said, like move your knee in a weird spot where you're like, oh, what the fuck, and then it's just gone for a week. So that's what I was really worried about, and I'm super grateful that, you know, no other than this fucking thing right here, there's really no injuries for the whole 24-hour skate stream. That's what I was super worried about. I was like, bro,
me too.
I could easily, especially when the flat bar was there and everything else, I was like, I could easily.
When I saw you do the 10 stare, I was like, damn, now I know how like every fucking mother, girlfriend, wife, like of every like kind of dangerous sport out there feels. Like, I've never seen Yuriy like jump something like so high on a skateboard, so like seeing him, like it was tall. Like, I've never seen him do that, and like I watched him the first time, my stomach is like, oh my god, like oh my god, like I can't even watch it. Like, it was so sketch.
I want to take you to some of the, because I've shown Rylee a bunch of skate videos where I'm like, you know, like this is so crazy. Like, I've shown Rylee a bunch of skate videos and shit. If you think that Berrics tent there, it is a big tent there, but
it was pretty
but
big.
you have to think how it's like perfect ground.
Yeah.
Right? There's no pebbles.
No, I knew that you were gonna do it, but it was just like seeing you actually do it. I was just like, oh my god.
No, but I'm just saying that, like, dude, like some of the spots or shit that I've showed you, if I take you there in person and you just think about the idea of a person putting their body in that position, you're like, dude, the level of risk involved is insane. You know what I mean? Like, to have the amount of skill to not get hurt anytime you attempt is like, bro, it's fucking crazy. You know, but the 10 star doesn't require that. I'm talking about like other professional skateboarders.
Remember on your first birthday we celebrated together, and I was like, when we go back home, like, let's go to the El Toro. I want you to show me the staircase.
Remember that?
Yeah, I was like, because he had shown me all the videos about that high school, and so like we had gone to like the OC for his birthday, like Orange County.
Yeah.
And I was like, on our way back, like, let's stop by the high school because I want to see it in person.
I think it's in Carlsbad, right?
Yeah.
Or somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere around. Oh, was it when we went to San Diego? And then we came back?
It was in
San Diego.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I was just like, I want to see it.
I showed Rylee El Toro, and like, can you imagine?
Hell no.
Doing like a kickflip down that thing? It looked fucking ridiculous, dude. It's so, like, bro, you have to be on point. You know
that was... Hell no. That was sketch. Like, after I saw it, I was like, how did these people even have the guts?
I remember, you know, I hate dude, now the older I get, like, I fucking hate Scarred. It was a terrible show.
I love that show too.
But I remember there was,
I hated it.
I remember there was like one of the episodes, there was like this, like, I think it was like a Filipino skateboarder where he wanted to try to do a pop shove down El Toro, right? And they were showing his skate clips before the injury, and he's good, dude. He's super good. He's super flowy, skates big stairs, all that stuff. And then they go to the clip of him trying to do a pop shove down El Toro, and dude, he's pushing as fast as he can. He's going he's like, literally, you could see he's really trying to go fast. He pops the trick, and he doesn't kick out. He like really lands in he like catches the board midair, and he's trying to land it, and he lands like halfway through the stair set. He just lands like halfway through the stairs and just
no,
it just gets completely fucked up. But
he
like
landed on the stairs.
On the stairs, even though he was like going as fast as he could and like tried the trick like to his best ability, he landed on the fucking stairs.
See,
and
that
I was
would
like,
be my fear.
And that's what I was like. That's when I realized I'm like, bro, this stair set is you can try, you can go as fast as you want, and you still might not clear it. You have to go so fast, and like. The faster you go, the harder it is to do a fucking trick because you're going you're going too quickly and shit. I don't know. Too much skateboard talk.
Pray for the gods.
I know, pray to the gods. But either way, let's see if this transition goes smoothly. Here we go, guys. First thing,
crazy transition.
One of the first.
Speaking of schools,
I know. Speaking of schools, I want to kind of talk about this. I don't know really what to actually. Oh, okay, here, let's read this out. Texas will pay teachers an extra $25,000 a year probably to carry guns in school if bill is approved. So this is not approved. This is Texas trying to pass a new law.
This is scary to me personally because I feel like every teacher is going to be wanting that extra $25K. They're going to be keeping these guns in their class.
All they have to do is have a gun?
Easy.
Yeah.
They're not even going to know shit. And these kids are going to also know that guns are in this classroom.
That's the other thing.
You know the teacher's not always monitoring it like that. Like
here's the thing with guns, dude, is like
they better be having like some crazy
like in a safe or some shit.
Like barred up crazy shit.
But there's the issue is like, dude, guns are there to be like
for emergencies.
But the person who's in control of the gun has to be the type of person to know and be like wise enough to know like, is this a situation I take it out or not? Because you're not supposed to take it out unless you're supposed to use it, right? If you are a teacher and you have a gun in school properties, they probably are going to have you have it inside a safe.
Yeah.
And they're going to have you have the magazines in a different part of the safe. And they're going to have you have the bullets in a different part of the safe, you know? And then what? A kid comes in with the AR and you're like... just fucking like putting this gun together, desperately trying to like, it's bro, you're dead.
That's
it's like
stupid.
It's like it's pointless. You know what I mean? Like at that point, it's pointless. But also, I kind of agree with Rylee. Where like I feel like, dude, I don't know, man. I've noticed that like in the world that we live in,
it's kind of a strange incentive too. Like
it's a strange. Yeah, exactly. It is a strange incentive too. But like I feel like the world we live in, you have to be like such a morally ground person. You have to be like a smart person. You have to be wise. You have to have all these different traits to really like be responsible enough to carry a gun on school and like use it appropriately. And then not only that, but not be flexing it to the fucking like high school kids going like, hey Joey, Joey, the cool kid from my class that I know so well that he does very well and like me and him are on good grounds. Like, yo Joey, I know you're a good kid here. Check it out. This is where I keep the gun. Guess what? Joey tells Stevie. Stevie's out of his mind. Fucking Stevie comes, grabs my gun out of my hole. It's like, bro, you have to keep it such a secret. No one can know.
I don't know.
And the incentive is another thing. An extra $25K? That's how much people make in a year sometimes.
Exactly. No, fucking teachers, hello. Hell no,
they get underpaid
That's
already.
That's so much for them. That's crazy.
You know what's fucked up, actually? I feel like some teacher out there is going to be like, bruh, we should be getting paid an extra $25K without the gun. We're not getting paid. We're not getting paid enough as it is. You know what I mean? Like teachers always talk about how like they're not getting paid enough, and we all know that they're getting paid shit. You know what I mean? Like for the job that they have. Now they're like, oh, now we got to get a gun to get actually paid fairly.
Literally.
Okay.
Have to be straight up like fucking federal officers.
Dude, like honestly, here's the thing, guys. I know
on top of it,
I know a lot of people are gonna think I'm a Republican or I have a lot of Republican type views, but it's like I feel like I do fall in the middle. I really do. I feel like I do fall in the middle, and I feel like it's so crazy that we live here in California, and I'm always bitching on Instagram about the crazy stupid shit that goes on in California as when it comes to politics and how the government spends money and all that stuff. And it's like I feel like in California we have the crazy left side of views where we just have people handing out crack pipes, homeless people everywhere, and everything's fine, And then we have Texas that's like, hey, we're gonna give teachers a gun and pay them $25,000 extra. It's such crazy different opposing views. I'm like, where can we just find a state that has like a middle common sense ground that they're like, that's too far. Come on, that's too. Like it's like they understand both sides, but they don't go too far. Like, what state is the best middle ground state? Because Texas is the farthest right. California is the farthest left.
Colorado?
Colorado's very left as well. I don't know. That's like where I'm just wondering, because like guys, like this is where people are gonna be like, oh, you're a Republican. This is crazy to me. A lot of shit that Texas tries to push and all that shit, I'm like, bro, it's so far right that I'm like, I don't understand how that makes sense. It's like I said, I used to be a fan of Steven Crowder. I used to like Steven Crowder's content. Once I really started watching more of Steven Crowder's content, I stopped watching it because I was like, this is insane. I was like, I saw recently. I know you don't know who this guy is, but he's this like super far right YouTuber guy, and he like used to have a wife apparently, and now they're divorcing. And he went on air saying like, he's like, my wife's divorcing me. He didn't say it verbatim, but he's like it's basically, he was saying, I'm like summarizing what he was saying in this whole thing, but he's like it's kind of crazy how she can divorce me based off only her perspective. He was saying that we should both agree to divorce in order to divorce.
No.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
I was like, bro, that's like some Islamic law, bro. Like
literally,
that's like some crazy shit where like, you can't divorce me unless I say you can divorce me. It's like, I was like, okay this is what I'm talking about, where I'm like, I watched some videos, I'm like, okay, kind of cool, and then I watched a little bit more, I'm like, oh,
nah. You're like, nah.
Yeah, that's too far. I'm sorry. I don't know, dude. But either way, yeah, that's the whole Texas bullshit. All right.
Oh boy.
I kind of wanted to talk about this. So we saw the whole Bud Light campaign with this new transgender dude, Dylan Mulvaney, and people were stopping to drink Bud Light, blah, blah. But the reason why I want to talk about this, I don't care for Bud Light, nor do I care for this guy, but trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney says misgendering people should be illegal. This is the shit that I have a problem with. And people are going to say, like, Yuri, you're so obsessed with trans stuff, blah, blah, whatever. No, the reason why I, like, talk about it is because they try to it's already been happening look at Canada, bro. They're trying to influence fucking freedom of speech, and they're trying to influence like just actual laws that have to do with how you talk as a fucking free human being on this planet, bro. It's like that's where it goes too far. And like a lot of these people who are trans, they're so leftist, they're so like everyone should have a chance, everyone should like have freedom of speech, blah blah, all that stuff, until you hurt my feelings, then no freedom of speech, blah blah. It's like it gets too fucking crazy where anyone saying that misgendering people should be illegal or it's bullying or it should be fined or whatever, bro, no, I'm sorry. If some person walks in here, I'm sorry, no, but here's here's the thing. Let me give you an example, right? I have this homie, skateboarding homie that I've known my whole life, right? And I used to go to his house all the time to go smoke weed and chill. His house was the meetup spot for me and all my homies. We'd always go there, smoke weed, then we go skate spots, right? And one day, I go to his house to go kick and smoke, right? And it's him, the homies, a couple of the homies, and two girls, and then one transgender dude, right? I come in there, and I'm just like, yo, what's up? What's up? Hello. I'm not going to be like, what's up, dude? I'm not going to purposely, to the transgender person, be like, showing that I know he's a guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just, like, going to be like, hello, respectfully, but if that person is trying to be like, on some weird shit, then I'm gonna be like, bro, no, like, come on, relax. You know what I mean? That's the pushiness of it is where I draw the line. Where, if, like I said, I entered a room and I see a fucking transgender person, I'm not gonna be like, whoa, yeah, okay,
so this is what I was.
I'm not gonna freak out or be like, you're a guy. I'm gonna be like, hello, good, nice to meet you.
If
Priscilla, nice to meet you, Priscilla. Goodbye.
Blair White came in. Are you calling her a dude?
I didn't. She was very nice.
Exactly.
Very nice person. I'm talking about the thing where they're like.
So why are you saying he? Blah 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 blah. Like
I said that because he's trying to push this this
See,
thing.
He did it again.
Because he's trying to push this shit, saying it should be illegal. If you're trying to push the thing, trying to block my freedom of speech, you're a dude, bruh.
Taurus says.
No, if you're trying to block my freedom of speech, you're a dude, bruh. I'm sorry. If I saw you in a bar, I would just walk past you.
Okay.
I wouldn't be like, hello, you look so beautiful. No, never. Either way.
Anywho'sville.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Okay.
What is this?
Like I was talking about earlier, how California is notorious for.
But I want to see this first.
California's notorious for misspending money, all that stuff, right? And people think I hate homeless people, all that shit. No, I don't hate homeless people. I don't hate. And people also hit me with the whole thing that I'm an immigrant, right? And that my family relied on EBT for a long time in our life because we were immigrants. We were super poor. My parents couldn't speak English, get a job, all that shit. We relied on government assistance to survive for a long time, right? I have no issue with that, with people doing it with the actual purpose. I have an issue with Los Angeles saying we're helping the homeless people. They get a grant from the fucking U.S. government for, I think it was like $1 billion, $1.5 billion to help homeless people. And there's 20K homeless people, or like 20 to 40K homeless people in Los Angeles. And their way of solving the fucking the problem of homelessness is this right here. Let's watch this video.
This doesn't make no sense. This is what they doing down here on Skid Row. And you know what I'm going to do with this? Yeah. They come all the way down here to get these motherfuckers this shit to get high. But guess what? This shit, that's what our people are passing
Watch,
out.
what? This is the beginning? Let me pause it. Look at this car right here.
Homeless.
Let's read the back of the car.
Okay, and this is them right here.
What does that say? It says Homeless Healthcare Los Angeles. And guess what this Homeless Healthcare Los Angeles is doing? They have this giant bag full of meth pipes, and they're giving them out for free. That's what our tax dollars are going to. Every time you see Gavin Newsom, every time you see any politician saying we care about the homeless people and, we need more money to care for the homeless people, we need housing, blah, 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 all that stuff, this is the fucking retarded, stupid shit they be doing, is giving out crack pipes.
I'm actually, appalled. I don't even know what to say.
Isn't that...
I know this is, what they were saying they were going to do, but, to actually see this happen is wild.
Dude. And it's and bro, it's and some people who listen to my views on the homelessness in Los Angeles, they think I hate homeless people, right? Guys, I literally need to do a series where I interview people that work in downtown LA, where any one of my friends, any one of the people that I know who works in downtown LA or spends 5 to 8 hours, 4 to 5 days a week in downtown LA, all of them know that, bro, these people are not trying to better their lives, bro. They're and that goes to a deeper fucking conversation over mental health, over drug issues, because like I said, Steve-O said before that he's dealt with drug issues, and he thinks, in his honest opinion, that you don't try to get better until you hit rock bottom. And he was saying that if people were helping him, if Johnny Knoxville kept paying him all that money, blah blah, he's like, I would have just kept fucking getting fucked up. He's like, I needed to be cut off, I needed to be dead broke, I needed to have no friends or family in order to be like, damn, I lost everything, let me fix my shit. And it's I'm not saying that this is what I want to happen to these people. All I'm saying is that the California people are just being lied to on a daily basis with this shit of we need housing, we need more money for housing. We're just trying to help the homeless people, bro. Look into how many companies there are, not how many non-profit companies there are that help the homeless people, and how they're actually just fucking doing it for profit. And this is the fucking stupid, fucking ridiculous shit that they're fucking doing. They're giving out fucking crack pipes, bro. Actually, let's read this. Top comment from Bobby Astro says, this has been happening. There's even needle exchange services to get clean needles. And to anyone out there that dares comment saying, they're trying to help homeless people, do drugs safely, cleanly, so that they're not overdosing, so they're not getting sick, blah blah. Suck a dick, dude. No. I'm sorry. I do not want to live in a world where our solution to drug issues is to hand out free syringes. That's not a solution. And also, it's so funny because I remember when Canada was, I think, the first place to push that shit, where they were giving out free needles and free crack pipes so that they could use cleanly and not be afraid of getting diseases and doing all that shit or whatever it is. I think Canada was the first place to do it, and I saw so many news articles talking about how great it was, how amazing it was, all that shit. Look at Canada now.
For one go around.
I know exactly, but look at Canada now, bro. My kid can be taken away from me by the fucking school district because my daughter thinks she's a boy at the age of 5, and I say, nah, she's silly. Guess what? The Canadian government's gonna take my daughter away and put me in jail because of that. The Canadian government is the most fucking dead brain shit ever, bro. It's like California is the Canadian government.
All right, there goes our trip to Canada.
I'm sure most of the Canadians would agree with me.
I feel like a lot of Canadians fuck with their government.
Fuck no. I bet
Really?
you. I bet you the rainbow-haired, blue-haired 1%ers of Canada fuck with all the shit they're doing right now.
Doug and Deadly.
I bet you Doug and Deadly constantly DM me agreeing with everything I said.
thought they said that they fucked with Canada.
They do, because I fuck with Canada too. I don't fuck with their leftist woke fucking ideas that they're trying to push. And literally Deadly is always DMing me saying like, Canada be tripping this, Canada be tripping that. I'm like, I agree with them.
All right. I just don't want you to bash.
It's not like I hate Canada. I love Canada. Canada seems like an amazing place. I know a lot of professional skateboarders from Canada, but the fucking laws around trans shit, the fucking laws.
Oh my god,
around
can we
all that
skip
stuff
the
is
next
just,
thing?
Oh, like ridiculous, dude.
That's a little more lighthearted.
But this is the issue is like, everyone's gonna be like, yo, let's skip this. I don't care about trans issues.
No, this isn't about trans issues.
Then it's
this
literally
is homeless issues that we're talking about. You're going back to trans shit.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Sorry. This overlaps with the homeless thing that we're talking about, right?
Same.
So we were just showing the video of the them handing out free crack pipes in downtown Los Angeles. And not only that, but so guys, when I've grown up in LA my whole life, and I noticed this trend in LA, especially as a skateboarder, because I would go go skateboarding all around LA, and I noticed this trend that if I skateboarded in a shitty area, like a lower income area, no one cared. I could be scratching up some ledges. I could be making some noise. We could be smoking weed. No one gives a fuck. If we dared, even West Hollywood had this issue. If we dared skateboard in West Hollywood or any higher income area, we would get kicked out by the police. We would get ticketed. They would not like the weed smell. I noticed that when I was younger, the police really tried to keep nice areas nice, and unfortunately, they kept shitty areas shitty. You know what I mean? But they at least kept the nice areas nice. Now everything's shit. Now there's no distinction between nice or shit. Now everything is just who fucking cares or whatever it is, right? And it's getting to this point where California has the highest taxes. If you're a millionaire, if you're making millions of dollars every year, California takes 50% of your money. 50. If you make $2 million in 1 year, California takes $1 million. Because that's their taxes for rich people out here. And, it's like you can say that, rich people make so much money that they deserve to be taxed. I agree with that. You know what I mean? Actually, I do agree that a lot of rich people make so much fucking money that because the 1% is such a small percent and they make so much money that they deserve to be taxed higher. I honestly do agree with that. But in California, if you're going to be taxed so highly, you expect to be able to wear your Rolex and walk outside. You expect to be able to drive your Rolls Royce and drive outside without being robbed with an AK-47. You expect to drive around Melrose without being robbed with an AK-47 or fucking, like different types of high, like leveled caliber assault weapons, all this shit. Bro, California is a shit show now where all the nice areas, if you look up like armed robberies, they're all happening in Beverly Hills, the nice areas of Santa Monica, nice areas of the Valley, Calabasas, like all the areas that you'd expect to be protected. Guess what? That's where the crime is happening the most because they just know the police don't give a fuck. And then recently, it looks like KTLA 5 posted this video. We're not going to watch the whole thing. We're not going to watch it at all, but it just says rich people are leaving California and taking their tax revenue with them. I don't blame them. I don't see how California doesn't see this happening.
Yeah.
If we were millionaires, right, and we were spending $7 million on a fucking one-bedroom house, you know what I mean, like in not that nice of an area because the houses are so expensive here, we're giving half our money away every year to the government, and then there's 5 tents in front of our house, and then I'm scared you're going to get robbed any day now. It's like, you're not going to live here. Fuck that. You're like, bro, I'm going to go to another nice area that has better, police protection, all that shit, and better taxes. If you're going to pay more taxes, you better have better protection. It's just like I'm honestly scared that the same thing that happened to like Detroit and a lot of other big cities in the United States is going to happen to California.
It's already happening.
Everyone's just going to leave.
It's already happening.
Silicon Valley, right? I've heard it's shrinking. It's dying.
I feel like LA more, like Southern California, like everybody's just choosing to leave now.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's mostly rich people because they're able to leave. They have the money to leave. And like I said, why would you choose to live in such a fucked up area when you're rich and you could just fucking be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go to the nice hills of Colorado.
Yes. One day.
I don't know. I know a lot of people are moving to Texas too, but
yeah,
it's like I feel like this is just it should be expected, and I don't know, California just like it's just killing itself slowly, and I blame Gavin Newsom and also all the leftist shit, and not because I'm a Republican, but just because, and I'm not a Republican, but just because it just seems like that's the trend we're seeing. Okay, this is a crazy piece of news right here. I didn't see anyone really talk about this other than academics on this random post. I feel like they didn't get too much light on it, but the IRS says Lil Pump owes $2 million in taxes. The IRS claims he owes $141,000 and $340,000 for 2021, owes $130,000 basically for 2020, owes $90,000 for 2019, and then up $1.6 million before that. Jesus Christ, what the? We have anxiety.
He's never saved anything.
You think so?
What
do you think his bank account looks like right now?
I have no clue. I don't even know.
I was reading the comments and I saw some people say like, how does this even happen? You know what I mean? Like, because like when you're so rich as a Lil Pump, you gotta get at least a shitty
I don't think he has it.
You think he just...
I think he just blows all his money as soon as he gets it.
You really think like that's my question. Do you really think that Lil Pump was like getting a check for $75,000 going like,
yes,
let's go, like, go straight to the bank?
100%.
And he wasn't thinking like, oh fuck, like should I put away 30% for taxes?
No. Definitely not. I don't think so. I mean, we wouldn't be seeing this Instagram post.
Bro. And also, if anyone's wondering like why
but also I don't really know anything about Lil Pump, but
me neither really. As for finances and all stuff, but
well, no, I really just don't know anything about him as an artist. I was never into the lore.
Really?
Yeah.
But also I feel like the reason why he owes $2 million is because he's from Florida, but he came here to LA instantly. As soon as he blew up, he came to LA instantly and basically was making all of his money in LA. And that's the issue, is if you spend more than 6 months in California and you just made $5 million, they're gonna want to, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's the fucking issue right there, where California wants 50% of your fucking money. But then also, like Rylee was saying, it's like, I don't know the finances behind rappers. It's like you'd expect them to be more smart with it, you know what I mean? Like, because you could make it last your whole lifetime if you're really smart. But
it's kind of crazy that we have to know all his tax information.
I know.
Like, that is wild.
You know what I also wonder is this is like, it's like you're saying, it's wild, right? That we even care that he owes this much money. But
I mean, it's crazy to like see somebody owe this so much money. I get why people care, but it's just like
this trend started from in the
early
2000s of like the TMZ saying Britney Spears owes $5 million in tax. But I wonder who's the first
person they were talking about,
or no, I mean not the person they're talking about, but or actually that too, but also who's the first like journalist to be like, oh, Rylee owes $6 million in taxes. Let's this is news. I wonder who's the first person to be like, yes, this is news right here.
I literally read a news topic too about Beyonce and her taxes or something, saying like something happened where she was supposed to write more shit off about charitable donations. And then the comment was like, why do we like expose everybody's tax information, like all these celebrities, blah blah blah? And I was like thinking about it. I was like, I remember like I remember back in the day seeing magazines like on the front of the magazine, like exactly. Britney Spears owes $1.2 million in taxes this year.
Stuff like that.
And I was just like, damn, like that is crazy. Like,
hey, but
we wouldn't want our fucking tax information out there just because we're fucking people, and they're people too. Like,
but did you see how you said that whole thing about how Beyonce would do charities to get tax write-offs?
It's a thing.
And I know, and everyone knows it's a thing, but it's just I know it doesn't overlap a lot, and I'll repeat that again. I know it doesn't overlap a lot, but it a little bit overlaps with what I'm saying with the whole non-profit shit. Is like, bro, it's not meant to help no one. It's not meant out of the goodness of no one's heart. Charities, all the charities you see any celebrities of, anytime you see a celebrity go, I've donated $300,000 to these charities, you did that so you could pay less in taxes. You didn't do that because you care about fucking, pigs missing their third leg and you wanted to donate a fucking wheel to every pig that has a missing. No, it's like, bro, you did that because you wanted to write off. That's
exactly.
it. No one. really cares. I'm not gonna say
I mean,
one,
not nobody.
There are some people who are very invested into their specific things that they care about.
Obviously, a lot of people do that for the write-off.
And it's like, I don't know. It's kind of just funny. Okay, let's see what we have next. Yo, I should have talked about this actually earlier when we were talking about the lack of police force. In LA. Actually, no. This overlaps with a couple conversations where, number one, back in the day when I grew up skating in LA, we had something, we would call them the turtles, right? And in LA, there's the sheriffs, and the sheriffs are like in a certain area. There's Los Angeles Police Department, which is a tier, a little tier below the sheriff. They're still pretty serious, but they're tier below the sheriff. Sheriff's more, you're like in more trouble if a sheriff fucking catches you. And then sheriff, LAPD, right here was the turtles. The turtles they were cops. Technically, if you punch them, you get assault on a police officer. But they just literally just bike around LA in a green helmet and a green shirt, and they have like a taser on them, and they like can tell you like, hey, stop graffiti. I'm calling the actual police. They don't really do shit. But they used to have a taser and a baton, and they used to have some weapons to stop people. And now Los Angeles, and now a lot of people are doing this whole defund the police shouldn't have physical force, blah blah, all that stuff, right? Now they're sending a lot of these officers into areas with nothing. They're literally just standing on like, on the corner of some fucking crazy gang banging area with the microphone or with the speaker, with the walkie-talkie, and they see something, they're like, hey, call in, blah blah. They can't do shit, right? Even if they see someone dying in front of their own eyes.
Oh no!
Oh shit! It's fine. It's on the floor. They can't do anything to protect it, right? That goes into like the next news that we're gonna talk about, but this also overlaps into this shit where, guys, apparently a homeless man bites off a Los Angeles Police Department officer's pinky finger at Metro subway station. This subway station, Vermont and Santa Monica, I've taken it a million times. I've had a couple of friends who lived around that area, and I would always go to their house, and I would have to take that train station. There's a couple skate spots in that area. I've taken this train stop many times. There are like homeless people there, and you do see crazy shit, and you do see some random homeless people like yelling at the wall, like doing some real wild shit. But I've never seen anything like this. And apparently, so what happened was there was a guy, homeless man in the metro. He was smoking off a meth pipe, probably given to him for free by the city of Los Angeles. He's smoking off a meth pipe. Two Metro police officers come up to him saying, hey man, you can't be doing that here, you got to get out. They're escorting him out. He freaks out and bites one of their pinky fingers completely off.
Yeah, that's...
Isn't that fucked up?
Yes.
Bruh. Are you going to grab the bottle? Oh, okay. Oh, you're going to paper towels. I know. But dude, like, I can't imagine the pain involved. And dude, look at this photo. Look at the boy.
No.
What the fuck do you do when some homeless man's trying to bite your finger off? If you push him off, he like, bro, I don't even know what the fuck you do, dude. That's vicious. I would gouge his eyes out.
I honestly wanted to be a police officer when I went to college, and I was studying theater, but I was watching hella Law and Order, and I was like, I want to be a detective. I want to do that. And I told my mom, and she's like...
A detective or a police officer?
Well, I wanted to be a detective, but my mom's like... I told my mom, I want to be a detective. I think I'm going to study criminal justice. And she's like, right, you have to be a police officer first. I was like,
have to?
Yeah, you have to be like just a regular police officer. And I was like, that's fine. Like, I could do that, whatever. She's like, you have to like run and like jump fences and shit. And I was like, oh, she's like, you cannot do that, Rylee.
So you have to run?
I was like, you're right. Like, I would not be able to deal with all that, the craziness I know they have to go through every day.
I know this is a little bit like, it could be a little bit too detailed, but guys, please look at this man's hand. That guy, like, look at my hand, right? Okay, look at Riley's hand. Put your hand up. You have very thin fingers. You have women's fingers, right? You have very thin fingers. I have like semi-man fingers where they're thicker than yours. They're like rougher than yours,
Are you
right?
trying to tell me something?
No, I'm saying something by like, dude, if you look at my dad's hands look like that. Very fucking like just thick, bro. Like it looks like pause, but like look at those fingers, bro. His fingers are double the size of mine. Imagine biting that pinky off, dude.
He was off the fucking bath salts,
bro.
We've seen this before.
That's not like biting a Rylee Spinky off. That's like,
remember when the guy off bath salts bit the face off?
Oh, bro.
He was probably off bath salts or something.
And also, look at this. Look what's inside this bag. That's the piece of his finger. Shit's fucked. But this goes the whole conversation I had earlier. This goes into what I was gonna show you guys here. So check this out. Shout out to Street People of Los Angeles. They posted this video where look at this. So we have this white car, right? He's getting into some sort of debate, or I don't know, like an argument with another driver. The other driver comes out, or I think it might even be a transit. I'm not sure, but he's attacking his car. If you look to the left, right here in the blue, that is what we call those turtles. Now the turtles don't wear green anymore; they wear blue, so you can call them something else. But that's basically supposed to be the LA like street police. That's supposed to defend the streets. Let's watch how they defend the streets here.
Call, and I turned my head and I saw the block by block officers were crossing. I was literally flabbergasted because they walked right past just like they were just like that versus this man kicking his vehicle. And I turned my head and I saw.
This is why, like, whenever the people are like, we should, cops should not have weapons, you know what I mean? Like, if we have any police enforcement on the streets, they shouldn't have any weapons, so they can't, like, cause, fuck anything up. This is okay. That's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have people wearing a fucking.
They look like they're 18.
We're gonna have people wearing a yellow reflective, guard, going like, that shouldn't be happening there.
They're like, ooh.
I know. They're like, damn, he's getting fucked up. Okay, like it's like, bro, this is like
that's crazy.
And I feel like it's Portland, right? Portland's the one that's like kind of crazy on those rules where they're like completely defund the police, do all this shit. It's like, this is where you're just gonna have full staring, going like, wow, crazy. That shouldn't be happening. That's about it. All right. Either way, okay, this is a little bit interesting. Guys, apparently a former Apple employee gets sentenced to 3 years in prison for stealing $17 million from the company, right? And I don't think No Jumper posted it. I looked into like another article that like went a little bit deeper as to what he stole. And apparently, yes, he was stealing money. It was like, I don't know how much money exactly was, it didn't say, but he was stealing money. But that's what he was really doing is, and this is where it gets into a deeper conversation. Not product, as he was selling iPhones. He was selling parts to the repair market, which is like anyone out there knows that, like, dude, if you have any damage on your iPhone or iPad or Apple computer, you go to Apple, they're gonna be like $3,000 to fix, or we just recommend get a new computer. You take it to a private, repair service, and they're like, oh, $200 will fix your computer. It's like there's so many examples of Apple just overcharging to fix shit because they just can. And in like smaller companies or smaller businesses, they're able to fix your shit for actual normal prices because they're not Apple. But Apple knows this, and Apple wants that fucking that repair money. So Apple's been going out of their way to prevent companies or small businesses from getting parts. They won't be able to get iPhone screens. They won't be able to get the glass backs. They won't be able to get like different lenses, all that stuff, like to fix your shit anymore because Apple's preventing it. So you're forced to go to Apple to get your shit fixed, right?
Yeah.
So this dude was actually doing like something that should be applauded, which he was taking parts and selling it to fucking, dudes who can repair your iPhone for cheaper. I feel like that's kind of like some Robin Hood shit. Yes. He made a lot of money.
Yes, he did.
And it's kind of shiesty, but
it's definitely shiesty.
I applaud that fact that he was actually helping out the repair market, which is being attacked all day, every day right now. No one wants you to be able to repair at home anymore.
But now he has to suffer 3 years in prison.
Yes.
That sucks.
But also, would you suffer 3 years in prison if you knew that you had 17 million in a Swiss bank account for you to come home to? No?
I don't want to be 3 years in prison.
But you come home from prison, you have 17 million.
I don't care about the money like that. Jeez.
Really?
No.
Your niece is just visiting you in prison behind the glass?
What if something happens bad in 3 years and you're not there? Or something good happens in 3 years and you're not there?
Oh my gosh. Then you have 17 million to come back and fix it.
That's so stupid.
You're
that's not. It's not true.
I'm joking.
There's unfixable things.
Okay. Oh shit. All right, this is crazy news. This is very sad news here, guys. Did you hear about this yet?
I saw like a thumbnail about something about it, but I didn't look into it at all.
All right, so basically, guys, I think this happened in Texas. So basically, what happened here was there was a neighborhood. There's two houses involved in this, where there was one house where there was a guy, and I guess he was shooting a gun at night. He was just shooting it into the air. He wasn't shooting at anyone. He was just shooting his gun for fun or something like that. And his neighbors were like, "Hey, yo, can you please stop shooting your gun?" The dude who was shooting the gun, he's like, "Fuck you guys. I'm killing every single one of you." And he killed everyone in the house, including an 8-year-old boy.
Oh, my God.
And now this dude is on the run. I'm not sure if they've caught him yet, but literally this is where, like, that whole like debate over guns gets so wibbly wobbly. You know what I mean? Like, where, like, I don't know, man. I really don't know where I stand on guns anymore, bro. Not because of shit like this, but because of so many other stories we've seen where I'm like, bro, like, I understand that we do need them to protect ourselves from people and also the government, which is also dangerous. People forget about that. But there's so many examples of people just having guns and doing stupid shit. But then also a lot of these people doing stupid shit, they have the gun illegally. You know what I mean? They're like buying it under the table or something.
But it's a lot of the time it is in places like this
where they buy it like off the counter over, earlier in the day or something.
Yeah.
But dude, condolences to that whole family, bro.
Sad
A whole family of
scary.
5, like, basically just massacred by this fucking guy. I don't even know what to say, bro. This is a super fucked up news, and I hope they catch this dude. But also, this is in Texas, bro. And the guy, I think he was Hispanic. I can only assume he's gonna go to Mexico very, very quickly.
I mean, I've said it before. Like, I just think guns are just so crazy. Like, I just don't like the fact that a little tiny thing could literally end your life just with the switch of a button, and it just freaks me the fuck out. So,
yeah.
Every time I hear stories like this, it just makes me sad because it's like, at one second, this person was a person, had a whole family, had a whole life, had shit going for themselves, and then they clicked a button and bam, lights out. Like, exactly. I don't like that. I don't know. Like, it just makes me feel really eerie and gross. So I really don't know where I stand with it on it too. I like you said, like I agree where it's like I understand where we do need them in certain cases, but I don't know if everybody should have guns and it should just be like a free for all. Like,
I think it should be like,
I don't know.
I think it should just be, it's already very regulated, but I feel like it should have, like, I don't know what kind of mental test you could do on people to know that they're not going to do something wild. You know what I mean? But, like, you have to be like, you have to have someone come in, apply for a gun, you know what I mean? And guys, it's not hard nowadays to find people's Instagram accounts and stuff like that, and literally in front of them, you know what I mean? Be like, let me see your Instagram account. Oh yeah. Like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of wild. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is you. You don't even own a gun. This is you shooting a gun into some bushes 3 weeks ago. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I feel like there needs to be a better fucking plan. System. It might be harder to get a gun, but I don't know. It just feels kind of crazy at this point, especially with stories like this. And there's so many other stories before this where some girls, they finished like a cheerleading thing or what. Like, I think it was like 2 cheerleaders, and they were trying to go home, and I think they're taking Uber home or something like that, and they opened up the door to some random guy's car by accident, and the guy fucking shoots one of the girls. And then there was another story where some kid was like going to go meet up with his nephews and nieces or something like that, and then you thought he was at the right house, knocked on the door, and the dude opened the door and fucking killed him, just because he was like a black kid, and he thought the kid was gonna rob the house because he was black. It's just like, and the dude just had a gun. You know what I mean? Like little mistakes like that can be fixed just by not having the gun.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I feel like there's so many of those little mistakes, like. And that's where we have to look at the statistics. Like, how many interactions do we have with a gun that is, like, being righteously used and, like, being used with, like, the correct safety protocol? Mm-hmm. And how many times do we see a gun being used, like, in, like, if had the gun not been there, that 8-year-old boy would have been alive, like, type shit. So, I don't know. I feel like with the gun violence, it'd be the other way. Like, this is statistics would not be looking good for guns. But condolences to that whole family. Okay, this conversation's kind of wild. I wanted to see what you think about this.
This is me as fuck.
So apparently a Popeyes employee destroys their entire inventory after claiming he wasn't paid for a month. Usually, I've had a lot of different jobs. Usually you get paid every week, which is clutch, or the most common is every 2 weeks. I've never heard of a when I was working for No Jumper salary, I was being paid every month. That right? Actually, no, I think I still was being paid every 2 weeks. So I never was in my life being paid every month. So the fact that he went a whole month working at Popeyes without being paid, that's super fucked up. You gotta fucking buy lunch. That's
corporate too.
You gotta get there. You got bills to pay at home. You got stuff that you want to. It's like, and then you work all this time thinking like, bro, I'm about to get this nice check. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't get paid the first week, second week, third week, fourth week. At the end of this, I'm about to get paid. A couple $1,000s. I'll be good. And then still no payment. I would probably want to do the same thing. But apparently this dude, like, I didn't watch Flacco's video, but apparently this dude like really fucked his life up by doing this. He destroyed the whole inventory. Not only that, but apparently he cleared out the cash register. And, destroying the inventory is already a crime. Oh, no. God damn it. Destroying the inventory is already a crime. Jesus Christ.
13 Canadian.
There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, destroying inventory is already a crime and you can get in trouble for that. But I feel like maybe that could be looked over if you haven't been paid for a month. But if you're stealing money out of the register and destroying the whole store, you could only expect it for some criminal charges to be filed. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of wild. What would you have done personally if you hadn't worked at Popeyes, you had not been paid for a month, he cut the register cords?
I would quit, demand my money, and sue.
But
that's exactly what I did. They're fucking a corporate company. There's no excuse that they're not getting paid. Like, this is not like a little mom and pop shop where they're like,
no, but Popeyes are the franchises.
That's what I'm saying.
You and I can literally open up a Popeyes, and basically that means that the Popeyes is under our control, and Popeyes company gets to look over our quality control, and we buy our food and products from Popeyes, but we own the restaurant, we run the restaurant. So you can. There's a lot of. I remember when Rick Ross was getting called out because they're saying he owns Buffalo Wild Wings, right? Or
no, does he? Rick Ross?
Yeah, he owns like a chicken wing stop, or like a couple of
Wingstop.
Maybe it's Wingstop actually, but anyways, he was getting called out for not paying the employees. He basically said like, bro, he's like the owners of that business were not paying the employees. He's like, I just own that spot, but there's people that manage and own it and stuff like that. So I feel like it's the people who own that spot who are being the shady ones. Popeyes really probably didn't even know about it.
I don't know.
But also, I wonder how.
I know that Starbucks was not playing like that.
What do you mean?
Starbucks is a franchise, right?
Yeah, Starbucks.
No, I don't know if it's a franchise. I think it's just a corporate company where they just.
I think it is a franchise.
I don't think you can buy a Starbucks. Can you?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
In-N-Out isn't. You can't just buy In-N-Out.
Yeah, I don't think you
have
can
to
just
be a part of the family.
I don't think you can buy Starbucks. So I might be wrong.
But
But I worked for Dutch Bros, and that was a franchise where we did have a person who was the franchisee, and she worked with us during like the regular hours and shit too.
Yeah.
So
remember, Rylee and I watched iDubbbz made a video about the ice cream man. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys ever watched that, dude, iDubbbz
sabotage.
iDubbbz, like I don't agree with everything he does, but like I like his content, and he made the documentary about the ice cream man. I forgot what it was called. I think it was called The Ice Cream Man.
I think so.
But it's like 2
Sabotage,
hours long or hour and a
called.
half long. You guys should check it out. It's really funny. But it's basically about this dude who worked at ice cream spot. It gets deeper. He's like a YouTuber / movie star, all that stuff. But either way, he worked at ice cream spot, and he was talking about how he was not fucking with the manager. They weren't respecting him. I'm not sure if they weren't paying him well or something like that. But he was just saying that he was not fucking with it, and he knew he was either going to get fired or he was going to quit. But he was like bitter, just like this guy is. He was super bitter at the company, and he's like, I need to exact my revenge on them somehow. So he wrote a book, I guess, about how you exact your revenge on a company you're working for, and it's called like Sabotage, where he said that you just do little things that no one's gonna notice you doing, but it affects the business. You know what I mean? Like you get rid of all the receipt papers one day. now they got no receipt papers, or you like, like you fuck up one of the cords. You don't cut it, but like you fuck up one of the cords to the cash register, so it's all fidgety. Like he just said, you just sabotage everything before you either quit or get fired, and then that they're dealing with a bunch of headaches and bullshit. I feel like you should have done that maybe.
I feel him though. That sucks not getting paid for a whole ass month when you're doing hard work, and that's a bullshit ass job.
Yeah.
Where you're dealing with bullshit all the time. So.
But also, like you were saying, you said you would sue them. But if you're in a position where you're working this job at Popeyes and you haven't been paid for a month, you probably can't afford a lawyer and do all that stuff. It's like
I feel like you're gonna win your case though.
Yeah.
Even like if you took out a little loan, got a lawyer, you're gonna win your case.
Some lawyer would tell you yo, this is easy dub right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder. I need to watch Flacco's video, but I wonder how much trouble this guy got in for this. He cut all their wires. He took. At
least he got his money.
Yeah, he took all the money from the fucking register. He dropped all the chicken and the eggs. Oh my god, dude! Cheers, guys. Shout to everyone watching still. Jeez Louise. Okay.
Well.
Next topic. This is pretty interesting. I forgot what Rylee and I were watching, but we were watching some shit the other day where... What area was the dude in?
We were watching Drew Binsky. And he was in Dubai.
Wait, was it? No,
yes.
He's in Dubai. Drew Binsky was somewhere else.
Oh, the Philippines, I think.
No, Korea.
Oh, Korea. Yes, it was Korea.
So we were watching this video about this dude, Drew Binsky. He was in Korea. And... he was talking about how like respectful people out there are, right? And he was saying how like people out there really don't steal or commit any crimes. And he basically tested it out by he left a purse on the floor, like I think his girlfriend's purse, his wife's purse or something, like one of his friends. They basically just left a purse on the floor, and like you could see a wallet poking out with like some money and some shit. And they just walked away and they like went far away and like secretly recorded it. And it was like on a metro station, dude. Mm-hmm. Hell of people were walking past it, and like people would just like look at it and be like looking around like, oh, whose is this? And just walk past it. And then eventually some lady walked up to it. She would like looked around, picked it up, and then they followed her secretly as like she walked away. And they were thinking like, oh, what's she gonna do with it? And she took it to the lost and found. And he was like, bro, this just shows like the culture out here, how like people just don't do that type of shit, And then it reminded me of this video that Ali Law posted. And shout out to Ali Law. He's like this like roof climber type, like parkour type dude. And he's basically, we're not gonna watch the whole thing, but he's basically in Dubai at a mall in Dubai. He leaves his brand new Mac laptop, his wallet full of all of his cards and some cash sticking out, and his like MacBook cover. And he says like, we're gonna go walk around the mall for 30 minutes. We're not even gonna look at the shit. We're just gonna leave it and walk around for 30 minutes, come back, and guess what? It's still there. And this was honestly kind of like making me feel bad about some of my life decisions, because like I remember when I was a kid, my parents both like really pushed into my head, don't ever steal, don't ever lie, don't ever be basically a bad person. Like, do things honestly, work honestly for all that stuff. And hanging out with my friends, I learned about stealing bottles and fucking stealing from other places and doing this and doing that, things that aren't very honorable and all that stuff. And the one way I justified it in my head was everyone else is doing it. You know what I mean? Like the homies are doing it, must be fine. Like, he's doing it, must be fine. And I kind of like, I noticed that like that's where you become you don't always, but you can become a product of your environment, where I was justifying my negative bad behavior by looking around me going like, everyone's doing it, right? But honestly, I feel like it would have been more virtuous and better for me, like it would be like a better character building quality for me to be around my friends doing these things and being like, I would not partake. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like type shit. And that builds your character. You're not like shaming your friends or whatever it is, but like you just know like you think you would not want to do that. And I feel like, guys, we gotta push more of this thought process in United States of America. You know what I mean? Like for wherever you guys live. But at least in LA, there's none of that. There's none of the old fucking be honorable, like fucking don't steal. Like if you see a wallet on the floor, don't take the cash out of it. Like try to find the ID and call the person and give it to them. It's like we have to push this more honorable route to people, I feel like, and show them that it's okay. Where I now that I'm older, ever since I turned 22, 23, I stopped doing that. It was between fucking 16 to 19 that I was being a shithead,
Yeah.
And now I would not do that.
That's good. I feel like I never stole. I only stole one thing my like whole life. And it was a phone case at Claire's. Like when I was out quince dress shopping for my fucking friend.
Shady.
And we were like at a Claire's and I was like, this phone case is hella cute. And I was like, I know people have stolen here. Like, and I was like, fuck it, I'm taking it. And I felt so bad after. But I was also going to say, like, I remember as a little kid or like a little girl, like I was probably like 12 or younger. Like I remember going to the mall with my sister and her best friend. Mm-hmm. And I think, like, my flip-flop broke or something. Like, wrong happened to my shoe. And I was like, Britt, like, I need shoes. Mm-hmm. And me and Brittany went to the Claire's. And that's probably why I thought, like, I could steal from Claire's. Because we went to the Claire's and we were, like, looking around. And Brittany was like, oh, try these shoes on. And I was like, okay. And she's like, just try these shoes on, Rylee. And she put the shoes on me. And she, like, took everything off. She's like, all right, let's go. And, like, we walked out. And I just realized, I was like, oh. We just stole these fucking shoes. Like, Brittany's crazy.
But imagine you were like, I can't. I'm not a stealer.
I know. But I was like, I'm just going with it because it's my big sister. Like, yeah. I'm like, you know the vibe.
Exactly.
Like, she's like, just let's go, Rylee. I was like, all right, let's go.
Like, honestly, do you want to know one thing that hangs on the back of my head to this day that, like, it's not a big deal, but I still feel shitty about it? Where Rylee and I went to Plumber Park not too long ago, and then Plumber Park now it's way different, but back in the day there was like 6 tables set up, and the tables were completely packed with like 100 different grandpas all gambling money all the time, right? And me and my friends would steal bottles, sell bottles to the grandpas, and that's where we get our money for weed and shit like that. And sometimes if me and my friends needed change for money, we would tell the grandpas like, yo, you got any change? And they'll be like, okay. And I remember one time I had like a $20 bill or $50 bill or something like that randomly for some shit, and I went to one of the grandpas and he was like in a wheelchair. He was like super old, and I was like, yo,
oh my god,
I was like, yo, you got change for this? And then he's like, yeah, I got you. And he's like super old, like I said, and I gave him the 50 or whatever I gave him, and then he gave me what should have been the right amount for what I got, right? And it was like $40 more, and I noticed it instantly. And I was like, all right, thank you. And I just left. And I'm like, still to this day, I feel so, and this is what I'm talking about. I was like 17 when I did this, bro. And still to this day, I feel so fucked up about it. Where
you hit a lick.
I hit a lick on this dude who's fucking dementia. You know what I mean? I'm like,
that is fucked up, dude.
Bro, I felt bad.
Even when I started smoking weed, and I'd get like, I'd still get like a little money here and there for my birthday or whatever from my, like my aunts and stuff. I'd be like, I'm not spending this money on weed. Like, I'm not. And I never would. I never would. I would always set that shit aside and, like, spend it on something else, and I would only spend my money on weed. I was like, I'm never going to use that money for weed. That's so wrong.
Now things are different.
Hell no! I don't get money anymore. I'm old.
I'm joking. Okay. Let's talk about this. Rylee's celebrity crush.
Yeah, no, he looks crazy.
Okay.
He looks crazy right there.
Yeah, in there.
That's not a good photo.
When Rylee and I first got together, not even together, but when Rylee and I first started talking, she was at.
Oh my god. Okay, bring this up because I really did not mean it like this.
Oh my! I was joking when I was bringing it up.
Okay.
But either way,
bring it up.
There's 2 things I want to say. Number 1 is Jack Harlow's new album came out. I didn't listen to it. You did.
It's not that great.
And you actually like his music.
I do. And I would say it was good. You know me. Yeah, I would be playing his music, but I listened to it at the gym. Yeah, I listened to the whole thing. I was like, I'm going to play through the whole thing at the gym.
How many songs was it?
I think it's not that long. I think it might be like, I don't know, like 10 or less songs.
And you didn't like any of them?
No.
Not one?
Maybe like one. Maybe the first song, like the beat was good, but it was like all of the lyrics or the verses in there,
corny.
They were just corny. Like, it's just like he's trying to tell stories, and I get that, but it was just like, I don't know, like it's like the same flow every single song, and it's like you can only take so much of the same flow.
Yeah,
it's like he just sounds the same every single time.
I kind of noticed that already in his. I don't remember the names of the songs, but he has like these other popular songs where every single one of those songs he kind of does a similar type of like.
It's like da 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 da. It's always like that.
But like I said, Rylee listened to it. She said she didn't like it. I didn't listen to it, but apparently, Poetic Flocka posted this thing where it says so we just gonna be okay with Jack Harlow disrespecting Paul Wall, and apparently Jack Harlow included a bar or some shit like that where he disrespected the legend Paul Wall. And I have to say, I'm not the biggest Paul Wall fan, but I did grow up with his music because he was just a part of hip-hop for a long time, you know, especially popular hip-hop when I got into it. Jack Harlow needs to get the fuck out of here.
He definitely compared himself to Eminem, too.
No, he said he's better. He said, I'm better than the guy who vomits spaghetti.
That whole song was crazy.
You listen to it?
I think it's called, like, It Can't Be. And it's like, it can't be that I write all these good verses. It can't be that I, like, have all this swag and all the girls love me. It can't, like, he's, like, just saying, like...
Yeah.
It's, like...
I'm sorry.
He's like just pointing out all his qualities. He's saying, and it's like it just can't be because everybody's hating on him.
We were literally just talking
like,
about
this song is kind of like, oh my god.
We were just talking about this on No Jumper News. How I was surprised by this statistic. Even I saw this like a couple days before I went on No Jumper News. But Eminem still to this day is the highest selling rapper, above Drake, above Lil Wayne, above any other rapper you could think of. Eminem is number one. How? I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. But it is the case it is. And still to this day, guess what? Eminem hasn't really released any fucking, recent music that had that same impact that his old music had. Mm-hmm. But that's just how impactful his old music was that still to this day he holds that title. Jack Harlow is not even on that list. They didn't even get to the J's. Bro, there's no Jack Harlow. Bro, there's no comparison between you and Eminem. And there's absolutely no comparison between you and Paul Wall.
The name of my band.
Bruh, it's
like different. It's totally different styles and shit, but it's like...
But skill levels. It's just like he has this like, like cool little finessey flow, but like Eminem actually has like this crazy lyrical ability that comes from battle rapping.
Yeah.
Which he will never be able to be.
It is starting to get repetitive. I'm not gonna lie. I told Yuri as soon as I heard it, I was like, I listened to the Jack Harlow album. Yuri's like, of course. Like he was like, blah blah blah. I was like, it was trash though. Like I'm not even gonna lie, it wasn't that good. Like it just gets repetitive. It sounds the same. I don't know. It was not. I was not feeling it. I don't really think it's gonna be as crazy as his other albums were.
Yeah.
And
here's the thing: is like, dude, like. I bet you Lil Dicky has more of an impact than Jack Harlow. It's like... Nah. Yeah. I bet you Jack Harlow...
Well, maybe because his show. A lot of people do love his show.
Jack Harlow literally probably goes to his shows and, like, sees, like, 5,000 girls going, Jack, I fucking love you. You're the best. And he's like, I'm the man. You know what I mean? I have all these girls on my dick right now. Like, I'm the best. But it's like, bro, you're never going to have the impact.
I think a lot of guys respect him.
Yeah. I don't think Jack Harlow is ever going to have the impact that Paul Wall had on the music industry or the music listeners world from the early 2000s. You didn't listen to, like, you probably listened to some of his stuff, right? But like,
Paul Wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like, Jack Harlow's not going to get close to that. I'm sorry. Like, it's not going to happen. If it would have happened, it would have happened already. His name's already, it's like, bro, you have to enter super strong, dude. You know what I mean? Like, to enter like this and then spike up is like, okay, it might happen, but no. It's usually you enter like this and then you like level out. You know what I mean? Like, bro, he's already, no, I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe in the future he might get a Drake verse.
He already has a Drake verse.
And he's still a loser.
Oh my god.
Either way.
Oh Lord.
Guys, huge shout out to everyone for joining this episode.
That
of
was
10
a
Talks.
good show. That was really fun.
I agree. I would say let's take another shot, but we'll take one for the after show.
Let's do it.
So guys, if you guys can, please drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe to anyone that's listening. I always say that for the live viewers or anyone watching on YouTube. It really helps grow our YouTube channel here.
Drop a subscription if you have not already. We are so close to 10K.
Super close to 10K.
Y'all.
Let's see if we can hit 10K by my birthday, bro. We're like literally like less than 300 subs away.
Wish.
That is my birthday wish. Please help me fulfill it. And also drop a comment saying anything, bro. Like literally any random comment helps trigger the algorithm and help us grow, and also dropping a like. And like always, Rylee and I are going to get into an after show in like 15-20 minutes. I'm probably just going to eat. I'm kind of hungry, so I'm going to eat a quick snack, and then we'll hop on for the after show.
Let's do it.
So peace, everyone. Hope you guys have a good one.
Toodles.
And appreciate you guys. Oh, wait, hold on. I completely forgot. You know what we have? We have this. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.